Hi, Honey Company, we're at it again today. We're going to test the bees to see what their mite levels are. We're going to use this easy check. We're going to use alcohol. It says on here you can use several different kinds of alcohol. If windshield wiper fluid is what you have with ammonia in it, that works too. We're just using plain old rubbing alcohol. It doesn't matter. We're going to kill the bees. So we're going to sacrifice a few hundred bees to make sure that the whole colony doesn't die. Let's put it that way. So now you can feel better about it. All right, here we go. We got to get into the brood chamber. So most of the mites are on the house bees, the nurse bees. So we're going to find a frame with some brood on it, not the queen, for sure not the queen. And we're going to shake them into this basket, 300 of them. It has a fill to here level on the inside of it. And so we'll know roughly how many bees, individual bees we have. We're going to pour the alcohol in the container first. So we've filled up the container about half full with alcohol. Now I'm going to take the basket to the beehive. I want some place to set the frame with the queen on it so I don't get the queen in the alcohol wash. Hang on, I'm going to get a new box. Okay, so if you got a frame rest, that works too, but we don't have one handy. We'll just put the queen over here where she's safe. I want positive ID on the queen bee before I shake any bees off. Don't want to make that kind of mistake this time of year, because if I did, there's no way to replace her. It's too late in the year. There she is right there. We made life easier for us for this situation. We won't spend a lot of time wasting our viewers' time looking for the queen bee, because we put a bright yellow dot on her so we know where she is. Now we can move on with checking for mites. I know she's there, and I know this one has brood. I'll just take this one. All right, we know the queen's safe where she is. I'll just put my basket right over the middle of this and shake some bees in it. I put this right in the middle so the ones that I missed don't land on the ground. They land in the box. Okay, now we got more than 300. By the time I get this over to the container there, the fume will fly out and we'll have enough in there. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, bees. All right, now I got to shake this for 1 minute. That'll dislodge the mites from off of the honeybees. I can already see some of them floating in there. This colony here spent most of the summer by itself up on the mountain. They got some really good honey out of it, and this was a swarm to begin with. So they started with only phoretic mites as a swarm back in the middle of the summer to this.
Time?
Is that it? Time? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right, now we take out the bees. And we can see on the bottom of the container how many mites there are. All right, let's count. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Some of those are just little bits of wax in there. 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like there's 7. Let's call it 7 mites. We got 7 mites out of that one.
So there's 7 mites in 300 bees.
Yeah.
And that means that you need to take the 7, times it by 2 to count the phoretic and the mites in the brood, right?
Yeah.
So that's 14. And then you divide it by 3 to get how many per 100 bees. So there's about 4 1/3 per every 100 bees. So that's a pretty high mite count for this time of year.
There's one more mite that was still on the basket. 8. If you're doing this on a commercial scale, this is a good way to take a sample test. Of course, you can't do every hive, but that'll help you get an idea.
8 mites is enough that we would need to treat this colony for Varroa mites so that the mites don't overtake the colony. Stay tuned for a video about the way that we treat for Varroa mites. If you liked this video, be sure to check out our beekeeping courses at thehoneycompany.com. We're offering 6 full-length beekeeping courses for beginning, intermediate, and advanced beekeepers. See you there!